Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's WCTV's Game of the Week here in Fairview, Tennessee, as the Fairview Lady Yellow Jackets host the Page Lady Patriots in an all-important, crucial battle in District 12 AA. I am Paul Brees, along with Matt Hill here, bringing you the broadcast. And Page starting lineup looks like this: Hannah Springer, Allison Wiley, Caitlin Schiniger, Bria White, and Chloe Wigington. And if you're a Fairview Yellow Jacket fan, you've got to be watching number 32, Bria White. She is a main scorer for the Lady Patriots. And now the Lady Yellow Jackets in a nice coming home crowd tonight, Matt, as Danny Moore, Christiana Purvis, Carson Mullins, Chelsea Grishaber, and Taylor King round out the starting five. And Matt, what do you think?
Well, I think we're in for a good game tonight. Like you said, this crowd seems pretty excited. We got some people still kind of trekking in to come in here and see these ladies play tonight. I think you're definitely right. We're going to be in for a treat watching Bria White. She's going to be definitely someone these Lady Patriots are going to have to focus on if they're going to want to win this game.
Well, currently the 12 AA district standings have Page in fourth and Fairview in fifth, and so if the season really ended right now, they would play each other in the first round of the district tournament again. In a rematch earlier, Matt, in December, when their first game was the Fairview Lady Yellow Jackets prevailing 34-33 on December 17th, and so tonight looking for another game of close. Nail biter.
Yeah, that was a close, hard-fought match that definitely Paige is going to want to come out here and try to avenge tonight.
And there's the tip, and Wiley is going to take control, and defensively, Fairview is going to start out in man-to-man. And if you're a fan of any type of uniforms, you got to love the Page uniforms, man.
Well, very patriotic.
Well, and immediately going to Bria White, and she misses, and a big basket by Schiniger is going to open up for Page with a 2-0 lead early on.
Yeah, and you can see Page's game plan already. They are looking to set the offensive up and try to feed it down low to her. They were successful, even though White wasn't able to connect, but Schiniger there to clean up and make a nice play.
Well, and Bria White records her first block shot, and there is a big basket by Grishaber for two to even up this game. And now the Lady Yellow Jackets are going to offer a 2-1-2 press, and almost picked up by Purvis. Yeah, it's going to be scrapped for a jump ball, and the possession arrow goes to Fairview.
I like them coming out with a full court press, and now they're trying to set the pace early. That was a nice job by Purvis to get in there and knock that ball away.
Well, and Mullins is going to direct the offense for Fairview tonight as Page opens up in a man-to-man, and it looks like they're really countering Danny Moore, number 10, who got a touch right there. And Great denial defense by Paige. And there's more with the ball, and we're going to see immediately she's going to take the ball and
it's a little long.
Throw up an errant shot, and Schiniger is there for the rebound. And there is going to be a trap, and it looks like they're going to try to force Wiley into some trouble, but immediately broken off, and Springer with a long shot, and trickles out of bounds for the Yellow Jackets.
Springer was wide open, though. I think she had to take that shot. And I like to see that so far both these teams have been really into it, been very physical to start off this game.
And there is
Giddens.
Mullins, and now Grishaber looking for any type of opening and gets it right back in the post, and she is going to fumble it out of bounds. And the Lady Jackets turn it over again.
Yeah, Grishaber, she was set up down there, just not able to bring in the pass.
And now still in the zone press is the Lady Jackets. It looked like they were trying to go man-to-man. It showed zone, and either way, Paige was successful in breaking it. And now you got to keep your eyes on 32. And Bria White gets a touch, and now the kick immediately. And Wiley with the shot, and White cleans it up and doesn't convert. And now Danny Moore, which I think is going to be kind of her game, getting the ball up the floor because Paige plays an aggressive man-to-man, Matt.
Yeah, they do. And I see already now for Paige, that was like the third offensive rebound, although they weren't able to finish, clean up on it.
And Mullins with the shot, and she is going to connect. And the Yellow Jackets lead 4-2 early on here with 4:50 remaining in the first quarter. And the press has caused no problems for Paige. And immediately the shot by Wigington goes off, but Bria White right there to try to convert. And there's going to be immediately a foul on Wigington, her first and the team's first.
That was a nice shot by White again with rebound, but not able to convert down low. Well, he's had a couple of nice looks, but looked like got a little physical down low, and the refs are letting him play, which I like to see that.
Keeps the clock running, and it has been so far a clean game, but I'm afraid I probably just jinxed this right there. And a great block out by Hannah Springer, and Wiley comes away with it and gets it to White, and immediately gives it to Wigington for the two.
Oh, that was a nice pass by White. And you're right, they're having no problems with this zone.
So 4-4 is your score with 4 minutes
Zone
until
press
remaining in the first quarter. And now Moore looking for any kind of screen action possible, maybe a possible travel right there, or 3-second call maybe by Grishaber, staying in the paint a whole lot.
Yeah, she definitely is putting roots down there.
And there's a big basket by Taylor King. And again, it looks like they trying to put a little pressure in, and then they get the ball in and kind of back it out and looking to press immediately. And there is a first turnover, Matt.
Yeah, and it's like you were saying earlier, they weren't quite full because they had King drop all the way back, especially when the fact that the last two times they've been able to get down the court and get a couple at least easy looks. They didn't convert the last time, but putting King back, trying to stop some of that.
And there is a shot and a basket by Purvis, and immediately a timeout by Coach Mooney as the Fairview Lady Jackets are up 8-4 with 3 minutes left in this first quarter.
Yeah, you can hear that crowd. They were definitely excited about that.
Well, in the last meeting, we talked about the 1-point victory by Fairview and a really a balanced scoring attack for Fairview as Moore, Mullins, and Purvis all had 7 each, and King had 4 and Grishaber had 4. And, of course, on the other side, Bria White had 10 for the Lady Patriots, with Wigington had 8. So just a couple of players to keep in mind, keep your eyes on during this game, as it looks like the Fairview is kind of laid off on the press now.
Well, I think that's definitely a good idea. The Patriots weren't converting a lot of scoring opportunities, but they were having no problem getting through the press.
Well, and there's a cut by Springer, and White cannot gain control of the pass. And Fairview is off and running. And a pullback by Purvis, and it is going to trickle off. And a great rebound by Mullins, and White rips it away. And now here comes the Lady Patriots, and
they're definitely
Springer,
pushing the pace.
And there's White, and that's what she does best, is try to get that easy basket. And now going to the free throw line is Bria White.
Yeah, and Grisham right there got a little overexcited. She had position down low. She just needs to get there and put her hands up and try to get somewhere to deflect that shot. But if you start swatting around down there, yes, you're going to get a foul called. And so far with tonight, White's missed a couple of close baskets underneath. There's no reason to do that.
And White connects on both free throws, and Fairview leads 8-6 here with about 2:20 left in the first quarter. And Purvis looking for anyone. And again, the ball reversal is going to be key. And Moore thinks she has a mismatch on Springer, and it looks like it is going to be a foul on Fairview. And Danny Moore
with the push. I guess that was after the missed shot, because I didn't see it up here, but
so 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Fairview leads 8-6. And there is immediately a quadruple team on White, and that is going to be short, and a big rebound by Caitlin Schiniger, and that is her fourth point of the night.
Yeah, Schiniger's, and both of them have been clean-offs of a miss. She's doing a good job of getting on those boards, even though that was off the air ball.
And Danny Moore going to attack, and there's Schiniger again off the slight block.
The Patriots are really pushing the pace here at the end of this first quarter.
And there's the skip over to Wiley, and Schiniger gets it again. Misses on rebound and follow, and we are going to have a foul on Fairview.
And again, that's got to be Schiniger's at least third offensive rebound here in the early going.
Well, and unfortunately for Fairview, it is going to be Danny Moore's second foul. And Schiniger's going to miss the first, and here comes the first two substitutions of the game, Matt. As Cassie Rowe and Heather Giddens enter the game for Page. Now Danny Moore comes out.
And we'll see what kind of effect that has on the Yellow Jacket offense, because she was bringing the ball down the court. Not that some of these other ladies don't have some nice ball handling skills, but she was pushing the pace on the offensive end.
And there's a quick shot and a nice rebound by Wigington.
Just under a minute to play here in the first quarter.
And the Lady Patriots working the ball out, and there is an immediate shot by Rowe, and a nice rebound, but taken away from Giddens is Trish Lancaster.
25 seconds. See if the ladies going to back up, and it looks like they're going to try to hold for the last shot here.
Well, it looks like they're going to try to isolate Grishaber in the post. And the clock is winding down, Matt. 10 seconds, and it looks like they're going to try to go one-on-one, and Mullins hits it as time is winding down.
One.
And a heave by Cassie Rowe is no good. And after one, Fairview leads Page 10-9.
That was a very fast first quarter.
Well, you got to give credit partially to the referees for letting them play, keeping the clock moving.
Yeah, but I think they did a good job in the first quarter. Not just to let them the clock move, but of having some no calls and letting these ladies play. And both teams wanted to push the pace and really, for the most part, played a pretty clean game.
Well, scoring summary here in the first quarter for your Page Patriots is Caitlin Schiniger leads the way with 5 points. And on the flip side, Carson Mullins, who hit that big basket there to end the quarter, is your leading scorer for the Fairview Yellow Jackets with 4. And you got to give credit to the Yellow Jackets for putting a lot of pressure on Bria White every time she touches the ball in the post.
Yeah, and she's not been as effective on the offensive end, but I think that's really paid off for Schiniger because they've had so much focus on White. Whenever she goes up, she's in the midst of the shot, but Schiniger's been there to get the rebound and put it back in.
So start of the second quarter here as the host team leads 10-9.
And we don't see Schiniger on the floor for the Patriots right now.
And triple team was coming.
As soon as
and that is going to be an errant throw out of bounds.
As soon as she touches that ball, at least 2 other Yellow Jackets come crashing down to help out on defense.
And Mullins is going to direct it now that Dana Moore, the starting point guard, is in foul trouble. And the roll, the high screen pick and roll, and Grishaber connects. And now the Lady Patriots need an answer immediately. And a turnover by Springer.
And she got a little careless with the ball, not watching what she was doing.
And Schiniger is back in the game along with Giddens and Springer, White, and Wigington, as Coach Mooney over there only has 8 healthy bodies.
Yeah.
And a quick foul.
Looks like that's going to be on Schiniger.
And that was her first, team's second. And a quick pass. Grishaber could not be handled by Mullins.
It was a little bit high, but Mullins had an opportunity to bring it in. But I think White's presence there definitely affected that play.
And a backdoor.
Nice pass.
And a great finish by Chloe Wigington. And she cuts the lead to 1.
Page is going with the large lineup right now with Wigington, White, and Schiniger in there. They're definitely going to look to feed it down low.
And Mullins going to try to isolate again to Grishaber, and they're going with a high-low look. And Taylor King couldn't handle it, and now the Lady Patriots are back in business here with 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
That's too bad because King had position. She was right where she needed to be, just not able to handle the pass. She's able to bring that in. She's probably got a nice easy 2.
And there's immediate pass again, trying to get it inside to White, Matt, and couldn't be handled.
Well, the Yellow Jackets know what's coming down on the defensive end of the court, and they're doing everything they can to get in those passing lanes and to stop her from getting the ball, or to stop the Patriots getting the ball to White.
And there's a quick shot by Purvis, and a nice rebound by Giddens. And here comes Springer for the Lady Patriots. And there's Wigington off the mark. And Mullins is going to bring it down on 1-on-4 and try to find something. And a
nice
pick off
job by
Wigington. And we got to see if she can convert. And
that was a nice play by Wigington to pull up there and allow the defender to go right past her.
A little Rajon Rondo there. And that it puts the Lady Patriots ahead 13-12 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here till halftime. And that is a cheap foul on Bria White.
Yeah, and she doesn't need to do that. She had good position down low. She's just got to sit there and let it feed the ball in and play good defense. Don't get greedy.
And Danny Moore is back in the game. And Purvis exits the game, and now there is another foul underneath. Schiniger picks up her second.
We just talked about how in the first half the referees were kind of letting them play. They're starting to get a little tight here in the second quarter. Excuse me, the first quarter.
And now Amy Mangrum enters the game for Fairview. A great give and go. And just couldn't convert was Mullins. And White picks up the rebound. And now Page hoping to extend their 1-point lead with this offensive possession. And that's a 3-ball by Hannah Springer.
That was a nice patience there, moving the ball around. As soon as Springer was open, she took a nice shot. It's going to give the Patriots a 4-point lead here with just under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter.
King at the high post and looking around, and Moore off the cut. And Danny Moore immediately having her presence felt, coming off the pinch with 2 fouls. Again, really clogging that paint up, Matt, with Bria White. And
4 people right on her.
And when this, if Springer can answer, or if they can convert any kind of post perimeter shots, Matt, hopefully it'll open things up for White. And down the lane is a big basket by Allison Wiley. Her first points, and that extends the lead to 4 for the Lady Patriots here with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. And Moore looking to take Springer off the dribble and having no such luck.
Yeah, Springer's playing really good defense.
And there's a great post feed inside, and King cannot come up with anything. And knocked out of bounds at Page.
And King looks a little frustrated. She's had a couple of good looks down low, but not been able to convert, and had a couple of passes come her way that she's not been able to handle very well.
It looks like Fairview's going to go back to the press, which they opened the game with, and immediately the answer of the turnover. And Purvis had a shot and passed it up.
Kicks it back out to Franks. Oh.
And Franks with the errant pass.
And just like that, you get a really nice play and transition on defense, and then you give the ball up. Got an opportunity to cut this to a 2-point lead. And now instead, the Patriots are going to come down and try to extend it to 6.
And Wigington going to throw it up, and White could be called for over the back. And that is going to be Bria White's second.
Got a little push on her.
And immediately, Coach Mooney is going to sub her in, or get her out of the game, excuse me, and Giddens enters the game. And so now,
we'll see what that does for the Yellow Jackets on defense, because we could obviously their strategy was to, as soon as White got the ball, to collapse on her.
And a great move. And when you take somebody like White out of the game, Matt, it really frees up that interior of the offense. You know, big post presence down there to block a shot, or, you know.
It definitely doesn't. We've seen Wigington and Schiniger both play pretty well down low, but they're definitely not the presence defensively that White is.
Well, Franks And there's Mullins, who I think could be the key factor in this. And Purvis trying to hang on to the ball, and Mullins recovers it. And always the good thing about high school ball here in Tennessee, no shot clock, so no need to
no need to panic.
Yeah.
And the Yellow Jackets getting a little sloppy here. I think they need to kind of slow down, run their offense, and try to take advantage of the fact that White's not in this game.
And I would think they were trying to go inside early, and Mullins gets her shot blocked, and there's an immediately offensive rebound by Amy Mangrum, and she is fouled.
Yeah, you think they've got to go down low a little quicker. You know, without White in there, that's got to be their strategy.
And that is going to be on, I believe, Schiniger, and that's going to be 3 on her. And Mangrum converts the free throw. And Schiniger is going to be exiting the game, and replaced by Cassie Rowe. And Mangrum's second free throw is going to rattle out, but a rebound by Purvis, and it is going to be knocked away, and Purvis couldn't convert, but it's Fairview's ball.
And I think that has a little bit to do with the fact that, you know, White's out and Schiniger's out. Got a small lineup in here for Page, and, you know, you think that a rebound off the free throw is going to be pretty easy, but they're unable to do it with that smaller lineup in the game.
Well, Purvis immediately caught the ball and attacked the basket. She is fouled by Giddens, her first. And now Purvis is going to bring this game to a 2-point game here with 1 minute and 11 seconds until halftime.
Yeah, the Yellow Jackets are going to claw their way back into this from the free throw line. I know she's 2 for 2 from the strike.
Sierra McDonald is going to enter the game. And a nice job by Amy Mangrum in the post.
Here we go, see another turnover off of that pressure. With just at a minute left to play in the second quarter. Franks looks like she's going to put the action, not kind of slow it down.
And now they've got isolation in there. And Wigington comes up with it, and it's going to be a foul called, I believe, on Purvis for the Yellow Jackets. And that is going to be her first. Only the 4th team foul, Matt, so 50 seconds, not shooting 1-and-1s yet. And again, the press causing some problems.
Earlier they had it down pat, but right now they are really struggling here in the second quarter to break it.
And if you need an answer, it's got to be Hannah Springer right there. And that is going to be just off the mark to the right. And a rebound by Franks. And they looks like Coach McGowan's going for one shot here. Down by 1 with 20 seconds. And a hand check is called on Hannah Springer. And that is going to put Franks to the line with 1-and-1. And Coach Mooney is pleading his case over for the Patriots that she was carrying the ball.
Don't think he's going to win that one.
And
Frank sinks to the front end of that 1-on-1 and ties up the game with 17 seconds left in the second quarter. I think this game so far has lived up to what we expected it was going to with the close game of the first matchup.
And off the mark and
Franks gets her own rebound.
Yeah. And a block is going to be called on Giddens.
That's going to put her right back to the line with a chance to actually take the lead here with 14 seconds left in the second quarter.
So Franks 1 for 2 on the night at the free throw line. And again, I'm thinking this is going to be a 2-shot foul, but either way, if it was 1-on-1, it doesn't matter.
It works out.
So that is going to put the Lady Jackets ahead 19-18 and
make it 20.
Now 14 seconds. Again, the pressure, kind of a 2-2-1 zone press. Wigington's got it, and that's a foul for sure. on Sierra McDonald, but only the 15th foul, so.
And if you got him, why not give him here with 9 seconds left in play?
And Coach Mooney is.
We got Mangrum back in the game. Sorry.
So show and zone, and it looks like Wigington's going to be open and take it immediately, and it's going to be basket good and a foul.
That was a nice move by Wigington. She put it on the floor and went right around Mangrum. And able to convert with the hard foul.
And that's going to be Grishaber's second here with 5 seconds left until halftime, and it ties the score. Wigington has a chance to put Page up by 1 as she has 8 points on the night.
Five seconds left here. We got to.
Mullins going to try to attack it. He cannot handle it, and it is going to be kicked away. And even with all the foul problems the Lady Patriots had, they are clinging to a 1-point lead here at Fairview High School as the Lady Patriots 21, Fairview 20. And we will come back with second half action after WCS Pets of the Week. Well, welcome back to the second half of this exciting girls 12 AA district basketball game with the Page Patriots leading the Fairview Yellow Jackets 21-20. And with Paul Brees and Matt Hill here calling the action for you. And again, Matt, you got to think they Lady Yellow Jackets really shutting down Bria White here in the first half.
Well, they definitely did, and you saw exactly why right there on that pass. Every time they get the ball to her, there's at least 3 Lady Yellow Jackets on her. In that case, there were 4. They're not giving her an opportunity to do anything. It has created some nice opportunities from other players, especially Shinniger and Wigington, excuse me.
And Chloe Wigington, yes, does lead the Lady Patriots in scoring with 9. And she does have the ball right there trying to attack the baseline and immediately cut off. And it seems like they're really giving the outside shot for Page, and there is Mullins on the steal, trying to force it into White.
Yeah, nice anticipation by Mullins, but you can't get greedy and just keep going back to the well like that.
And the Lady Yellow Jackets, 7 different players in the scoring column for them tonight.
They've been all over the place. A lot of help off the bench.
And there's Purvis for 3 and short, but
she gets her own
rebound. You're exactly right, but then creates a turnover and a bad angle trying to get Taylor King the ball.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Coach McGowan, who's done a nice job coaching the Lady Yellow Jackets here on the press. And it looks like a breakdown as King's going to knock the ball out, and the Lady Patriots are going to maintain possession.
Yeah, just like you're talking about the press early in the game, and especially in the first quarter, Page did a good job of breaking it, but they saw in the second quarter they had a lot of turnovers. There's Wigington again with 11 now.
And if you were at a coaching clinic, you would not show them how to shoot the 10 to 12 foot jumper by Chloe Wigington, kind of off of 1 foot kind of.
I think she'll take it any way she can get it, though. Yeah. But you're right, that was not the prettiest shot.
I think that's probably something she picked up early on and just hasn't corrected it, and it's just kind of stuck with her and been successful. And with 11 points, you got to believe that she's feeling a little confident today.
No doubt. I mean, she's not a regular starter. She does play quite a bit, but she's come off the bench and been a huge spark for this offense.
And there's a quick pass off the flex cut. And Purvis is going to add to her 6 points. And the 2-2-1 zone full court press. And a foul.
Ooh, and is that Taylor's, or not Taylor, I believe that's Moore's third, isn't it?
And it is going to be Moore's third. And Tiffany Franks, 15 for the Yellow Jackets, came in and spelled Danny Moore some minutes when she got in foul trouble early and did a nice job for the Fairview team, but Nora's got to be careful. And again, the one-footer by Wigington and a rebound by Moore, and we'll see what a difference she makes being in the game if she can really get the ball down the floor in transition. And King underneath is going to be called for the travel.
King's having a rough night tonight.
And here comes Wigington again, trying to attack the sideline. Springer, and there's White finally getting the ball underneath, and they're forcing it in. Is Bria White.
The defense quite didn't get down and collapse on her right away, and she was able to make a move and get towards the basket. As you can see right there, when she has the opportunity, she's able to put it home.
And now Fairview being really patient. Grishaber just really looking for anybody to come get the ball and force the King, and it's going to be tipped out by Page, and Fairview's going to get the ball back. And entering the game is going to be Lancaster for Danny Moore. And a timeout by Coach Mooney and the Lady Patriots as they are leading 25-22 here with 4:36 remaining in the third quarter.
So far it's been an exciting game, very fast-paced. That first half flew by, and here we're having the same thing here in the third quarter. Both these teams really pushing the pace.
Well, and we have to mention, we talked about Coach Mooney and the Lady Patriots only having 8 players total here, and one of those players on the bench, not even available, Kat Taylor, number 10, who's probably could have been their really the relief for Bria White in the post, could created some shots on her own, and she has a knee injury, and not sure if she's going to be able to come back this season, but on the bench in uniform. So really 7 able bodies for Coach Mooney.
Yeah, and she is such a sophomore, so she does have 2 more years with them.
And there is a shot and a big rebound by White. And Springer is going to get it, and she is one that could make a difference from the perimeter, and that is going to be blocked by Purvis. And Wigington keeps it alive. And Wiley really having trouble with Purvis.
Purvis being very aggressive on the outside. We got White.
And there is double, and that is going to be an iffy call, Matt.
Yeah, I think she was definitely set. That was, but regardless, White gets the foul.
Well, on the floor was the call, so Page going to have to throw it out of bounds. And Wiley catches it in the corner. Back to White. Now she's got one-on-one. A missed shot and an own rebound, and going to force it back up and get the foul.
Yeah, Purvis was playing good defense, especially on this first shot. Got a little excited on the second shot. She just reached over White, and you can't do that. You got to stay there with your hands straight up and down.
Grishaber is going to be called for her third, and now White, who was 2 for 2 from the line earlier, misses the first and rolls in the second. So that's going to extend Page's lead 26-22 with 3:30 here in the third quarter. And you got to wonder when Coach McGowan is going to bring Danny Moore back in the game, maybe for another scoring presence.
Yeah, they need some type of spark here in the second half.
And now the zone defense switch by Coach Mooney is going to create a transition opportunity for Page, and Wiley is going to get fouled.
Yeah, she was kind of in a no-win situation there.
And this will be called on 20, Mullins, her first. As now Allison Wiley going to have a chance to add to Page's lead. Misses the first here as Wiley has 2 points on the night. And misses the second, and a great block out. And Schittiger is going to get a rebound and a cheap foul by 22, Grishhaber. And didn't get her out in time. That's 4 on her.
Wow, that's fast.
And Amy Mangrum going to replace her immediately. And Wigington is going to carry the ball. And I think Coach McGowan probably said something to the refs about watch 44.
Yeah, she's been a little unorthodox tonight, but shooting and dribbling. But regardless, she's gotten the job done.
Well, I will tell you, she is left-handed.
Yeah.
Going one way. And so now, Coach Mooney going back to the 2-3 zone. Going to try to force somebody to make a perimeter shot and trying to keep White out of foul trouble. And there's had to be an altered shot, Matt, by White, who came in with a big hand up, and that is going to be knocked out in Page.
Yeah, White's definitely a presence there on the defensive end. And with 3 minutes left, or just under 3 minutes left here in the third quarter, the Yellow Jackets really are struggling to get something going offensively.
Coach McGowan has got to make some adjustments on this 2-3 zone.
You know, for a better part of that first half, White was not in the game. And maybe I think that has definitely had effect on the defensive end for these guys and are kind of struggling offensively.
Well, again, Page gets the press break and calmly settles down by Wiley. And they're going to give it to White. She's going to turn and shoot and trickles in.
Wow, that was nice from the top of the key. I wasn't expecting that.
For the basket, and that's her 5th point in this quarter alone.
Yeah,
so
she's really turned it on in the second half.
Now the zone again. And you got to look for Purvis is probably your perimeter shooter, and a force by King.
Yeah, they're rushing it on the offensive end. I think they're kind of panicking a little bit. Down by 6, it's not time to do that. You're still well in this game. A lot of time left.
And you got to think, you got to go back to White. If you're the Lady, or excuse me, the Lady Patriots, as Wigington dribbles straight to the baseline into bad situation, and a pull up by Mullins. It's going to be rebounded by Purvis and thrown up. And now
they got to come down. They got to calm down. They got to come set their offense, try to get something going. They're just going down and shooting it up, and really unorthodox and out of control on the defensive end. They got to calm down. I think it might not be a bad time for a timeout here.
Well, another foul by Mullins. That's going to be her second. And you got to wonder, how long is Coach McGowan going to wait on Danny Moore to come in the game?
Yeah, they need some type of a spark.
Yep. Only 3, and we saw Bria White, and that is going to be another foul on Lancaster, and that is going to be immediately a 1-and-1.
Wow, we almost didn't seem to go in the 1-and-1 till 4 minutes left in the first half, and now here we got a minute 33, and the Patriots already shooting the 1-and-1.
Well, if you're here, the fans at Fairview probably have a little argument, as it's 7-0 on fouls in this third quarter alone, as Wigington connects for both and extends the lead 30-22 with a minute and a half here in the third quarter.
Well, some of them definitely are a little bit hot to our left here.
And to my right. And there's Purvis, and you got to have a hand check, and I'm sure they're going to call it on the floor. And there is the first foul called on Page this half, and that is going to be on Hannah Springer, only her second. And they call it on the floor, so out of bounds underneath will be the Lady Yellow Jackets. And Purvis in the paint.
Ooh.
Really looked uncomfortable right there with the ball.
It's close to being.
There is going to be a 3 ball. And White with the big board. And now can Page push the ball enough? And that is going to be knocked around.
Let it go.
And over and back will be the call. And a turnover with 58 seconds here in the third quarter.
These fans are really starting to get lively over here on the Yellow Jacket side, trying to will their team back into this game.
And there is going to be a shot by Purvis. It's going to be short, but a rebound.
Ooh,
and
White.
a block. McDonald picked it up. And White. And Purvis is going to take the quick three again. And no one is there. And off the Gatorade and out of bounds. And the Lady Patriots going to pick up the ball, leading by 8 with 42 seconds.
I'm just really surprised at how the Yellow Jackets are rushing their offense.
Well, trying to trap, and White just throwing it up, hoping one of the people in the blue will come to it. And
she got lucky Wigington was there for it.
And they got a one-on-one mismatch, and Giddens waited too long, and a turnover.
That was a nice job there by Mullins.
McDonald going 100 miles an hour and tipped out of bounds. And I don't know about you, Matt, but it looks like a lot of helter-skelters going on out there.
Yeah, it's everybody flying all over the place.
So 15 seconds, and now Coach McGowan going to set up for one shot. Down by 8 here in the third quarter, and the clock is running, and they're going to have to get something quick. Mullins is going to get it to Purvis for the long three, and way short as Page really extended their lead and held the Fairview Lady Yellow Jackets to only 2 points that quarter, Matt.
Yeah, you know that Coach McGowan is not happy with that third quarter. And that's not what we expected to see, not what they expected to see. And the Patriots did an excellent job of defense. And then I think really the key factor there was that Moore got her third foul and really did not play much at all in the third quarter. And most of their offense either runs through her.
Well, and one thing she does is handle the ball really well and really can see the floor. And I don't know what the odds are, Matt, but kind of the dance team has the basketballs. If we can get one up here,
believe me,
I will take one. So one of my 6 kids, and they can fight it off. See who gets the ball from Fairview High School. But
I'll tell you, I somehow or another, anytime we go to any type of sporting event, I seem to catch a shirt. And in case you haven't figured out, Paul, most likely that shirt did not fit me.
Well, yeah, they usually go generic XL, but in your case, probably not going to work out.
I need the generic triple.
Well, again, our annual trip to Fairview High School with the pit stop to the Mexican restaurant.
I actually left some food on the plate.
Well, there was a lot. And now Purvis back in action, hits the big basket here in the fourth quarter.
They needed that badly.
We'll talk about try again. She goes ahead and lets her rip.
Not afraid to pull the trigger.
And White going to be trapped. And Springer is going to turn it over. And a jump ball. Page is going to remain with the possession.
I'll say they might only had 2 points in that third quarter, but they were aggressive the entire time. And you saw it right there. They have challenged everything coming down this court.
And Wigington. And nice save by Mullins, who gives it off to King.
Yeah, she's been all over the place on the defensive end.
And there is Moore back in the game. And Purvis is going in and going to be taken away by Wigington, and a jump ball, and possession will go to Fairview with 7 minutes left here in the game with a 5-point lead for Page. And there's a nice out-of-bounds play as Grishaber adds to her points total for 6.
You can just kind of feel that they have got a lot more confidence with Moore on the floor.
White gets away with one, and Wiley saves the potential disaster turnover. And you got a one-on-one over there. I think Wigington may want to force it into White. And there's immediately the double, and
that was a quick foul.
Mullins is going to get called immediately.
We went from letting them play in the first quarter to calling it pretty tight here, especially on the Yellow Jackets.
And White is going to hit. And she is 4 for 5 from the free throw line.
She's looked nice from the strike.
And that is going to roll out. We jinxed her. And Grishaber comes away with the rebound. And Purvis going to bring it up. And going to take it. And up and under. Dipsy do. And
now Purvis in the third quarter did not look good doing that. But so far here in the third quarter, she's looked really nice coming up, running down the field, or running down the court.
And Wigington going to take it in. And Schigger takes it away. And somebody is going to get called. And it is going to be, if that is Grishaber, that is going to be 5. And that is going to be 2-2. Indicated by the ref. And that is 5, Matt. And she will leave the game with 6 points on the night.
She's definitely been a presence down low. She's gonna be sorely missed.
Well, this is gonna be, I believe, Lancaster coming in. And one senior in for another. And now Caitlin has got a chance to build the lead and comes away with nothing. She is 1 of 3 today on the free throw line. So Mullins is going to set it up, and Moore back in the game, and a great back screen by Lancaster. And there is going to be Moore open off the back cut, and King just wildly hanging on, and there is a big basket by the senior. Lancaster just entered the game.
Yeah, Lancaster coming in, making her presence known, tying this game up 31-31 with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
So here comes Wiley. As Page seems to be working the clock a little bit. And Wiley forces a shot.
Looks like it was deflected.
Jittiger right there to bank it home off the missed shot.
She has been all over the offensive boards tonight.
And that gives her 7 on the night. And the roll by King and stolen by.
Nice deflection there by White. Way to get her hand in.
And there is a open three, and Mullins comes away with the rebound as Giddens took the 3 I thought was going in, and now Lancaster wants to even it up and cannot connect, and Wiley's going to bring it down, and she has got a breakaway, and Moore has 3 fouls and a great recovery, Matt.
Wow, that was a nice job by Moore to get in front of her and not give up the foul and come in and strip it. What looked like was going to be an easy 2 for the Patriots.
And so entering the game is going to be Franks in for Mullins.
We saw a lot of her in the second quarter, and she did an excellent job filling in for Moore.
And that is going to be tipped and called immediately.
I think some the Yellow Jacket fans disagreed with that call.
Well, they may have a case. And Wigington, the left-hander, has got one way to go, and that is left. And she is going to be fouled by King. And with all these fouls called on the Yellow Jackets, Matt, Taylor King, first foul.
That's amazing.
The stat of the day.
That's amazing.
And there is Wigington. And Wigington 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
She definitely has been an offensive force tonight here for the Patriots.
And a cheap call on Giddens. That is her 3rd. And with 4 minutes and 15 seconds, Page leads by 3. And now Franks and Purvis going to try to drum up some business for the Fairview Yellow Jackets. We got the double screen. And King very uncomfortable out there, Matt, with the ball.
I don't think Sheila wanted that. More than happy to give it up to Frank.
And Franks is going to try to take Wiley one-on-one. And Wiley doing a great job. And there is the spin move. And there is the foul.
That was a nice move by Frank. Just like we said, it was like every time we've said somebody's doing a good job, kind of backfires on him.
And that is going to be on Giddens, and that's going to be 4 as Mullins comes back in the game, and Purvis goes out.
I guess that was
and
not
that
a shooting
was
foul.
on the floor, and Lancaster going to add, no, but a rebound by King, and a foul by the Lady Patriots.
How many fouls is that for the Patriots? 4?
So now King is going to go to the line, as that is Springer's 3rd foul, and a connect by King with her 3rd point on the night. Cuts the game to 2 points.
I think that's a big deal for them, so I think we've only seen the Yellow Jackets hit 1 3 tonight.
And a key miss, and Wiley brings it down, and she is in trouble, and that is going to be a foul on White.
Which I believe that's her 3rd.
And you are correct. So 3 fouls on White. Did a nice job, Matt. Went almost 2 quarters with 2 fouls. And now Frank's going to try to attack the basket. And now rebound by the Lady Patriots.
King had a great opportunity there, but not able to bring the rebound in.
And I would think the Lady Patriots, if they cannot get it to White, they would want to try to get it to Springer. And a quick timeout by Coach Mooney and the Lady Patriots.
I'm sure he wants to try and regroup here. They've allowed the Yellow Jackets right back into this game and really having a hard time getting that ball brought back down the court. And if you would like to purchase a copy of tonight's game or any other games that we have at WCTV, you can go to the website, or you can call 472-4032 and get a copy, $20 per game.
And the website is www.wc-tv.net. I've been to it a couple of times.
Nice stuff.
Excellent
nice
stuff. So
I enjoyed the pictures from the fair.
That is key.
The funnel cakes looked excellent.
I'm always good for a funnel cake or two. These circuits just came to town, so.
There we go. We actually already bought tickets.
Very good. I'm always excited to see the motorcycle guys in the big ball.
What my son likes is go down beforehand.
Oh, the free animal thing. I got you. So here comes the Lady Patriots with possession, and Wiley needs to get the ball. And the run over by Mullins, and that is going to be 4 on her. And that is going to be Hannah Springer going to the line. 1 3-pointer on the night, but if you had to ask somebody who you wanted to at the line, one would be Wigington at 4 for 4. And I just jinxed her. I was going to say Springer.
There we go.
And 34-32, the Patriots lead, and there's the second one. Making still a 1-possession game with 2:50 and counting in the 4th quarter.
Plenty of time. You don't need to rush anything.
And there's more. Back to Lancaster, and Mullins on the floater. And she puts in her 6th point on the night. So the 2-2-1 press by Fairview, and Wiley doing a nice job getting it across. You want to stay out of trouble and now one-on-one with White.
Oh.
And there is Taylor King on the foul. And that's, Matt, something like that always happens when you press. You get caught. You've done a good job trying to double and triple teamer, but when you press, you got people out of position. White found herself one-on-one, and you got to like your odds if you're Coach Mooney.
And you definitely, if you're King or anybody else on her, can't add insult to injury by fouling her and allow her to go to the strike, because she's been very good from the line tonight.
So 38-34. And a handoff to Moore.
They got to get it moving.
And I believe that's going to be a call on Hannah Springer, her fourth.
But even with that, they're not in the 1-and-1, not in the bonus.
And it's going to take one more and a timeout. Coach McGowan by the Lady Yellow Jackets.
That's amazing.
As Coach Mooney is telling his players, we don't need to foul, we're winning.
No doubt.
So 158 here at Fairview High School. And as advertised, game one back on December 17th, where the Fairview Yellow Jackets squeaked out a 34-33 win, and now here for the second rematch. It's 38-34 here with 158. And Lancaster going to have a shot at the free throw line as she is fouled by Schnittiger, and that is going to be her fourth.
That's huge. We cut to a one-possession game here with 1:56 remaining in the fourth quarter. And they've done a pretty good job on the defensive end, especially putting on pressure.
And converts both to cut it to two. Franks is going to go in for Lancaster, maybe a offensive-defensive substitution. And now staying in the 2-2-1. And a pick by Mullins. Moore's going to pick it up and look immediately to Mullins, who looks at Purvis as she checked it out.
Didn't want to pull the trigger.
And she had hit her last one, and now she says, I'll take that. Whack 'em. Purvis with the big three.
That was a huge shot, especially I didn't think that she'd have the confidence to do it, especially after pulling up on the wide open three.
And that's 14 for Purvis as the Lady Yellow Jackets squeak ahead, 39-38.
With the foul, that's going to send Springer to the line with an opportunity to tie this game up.
And I believe that is going to be the double bonus, so two shots.
Misses the front end. We're really coming down to the wire here in the last minute and a half of this game.
And that's going to tie the game up with a 1:25 and counting in the fourth quarter. We will see who the go-to person is. Purvis with 14, number 14. And we will see. She's going to try to attack the basket. Gets a no call, and White with the big rebound. Wiley.
Schnittiger wide open.
Oh, and the forced out. Wiley got to look up a little bit quicker.
Yeah, just a little bit long. If she'd have looked up, Schnittiger would have had an easy two. She was wide open, streaking down the court.
So 1 minute left. Tied up at 39. And now Coach McGowan may settle for one as Page goes back into a 2-3 zone, Matt.
And why not? I mean, you got your hot hand out there with Purvis. Give yourself the opportunity to win this game.
Well,
and we may be looking at our first overtime game of the year on WCTV. definitely this one has lived up to everything we thought it was going to coming into it.
Again, they're rated number 4 and 5 teams in District 12 AA, fighting it out probably for a spot at home floor advantage in the district tournament. 8 seconds, you got to do something. Moore dribbling into the corner in trouble, and a turnover by Springer, and she is going to hold it, and Schinniger is going to let it loose.
Wouldn't have counted even if it went.
And Coach Mooney says we needed to go, and if you were Fairview, you got to wonder they didn't go early enough, kind of waited for about 8 seconds, Matt.
Yeah, you're looking at there at 12 max. They, kind of mishandled that last minute. They had it with coming down just over 50 seconds. I thought it was definitely the right choice to hold and try for the last shot. Nothing wrong with that. You either make it or you go to overtime. Kind of win-win for you. And but going into overtime now, I think that kind of puts a little bit of black eye on it with the mishandle. Didn't even get a shot off.
Well, let's kind of review. You got 4 minutes in overtime. You've got Paige with Hannah Springer with 4, Caitlin Schinniger with 4, Bria White with 3, and Heather Giddens with 4. And you're only playing with 7.
Yeah.
So how many are you going to end up with by the time the game's over?
But a nice thing for Paige is they are actually in the double bonus. Serve foul from here on out, they're going to be shooting 2.
That is correct. And on the flip side, you got Carson Mullins with 4. Danny Moore's hung in there in the second half, only has 3. And then Grishaber has fouled out early in the 4th as she ended the contest with 6 points. So again, re-jumping 4 minutes in overtime, and they don't know which way we're going. Lancaster, the pass, back to Purvis, and she forces it almost in. White comes away with her rebound.
Now that was a big middle error starting off. They could have had an easy 2.
And Wigington on her comfortable side, that left side, comes up short. And now Mullins going to try to settle things down. And a good job by Coach McGowan trying to force White away from the basket. But Coach Mooney for Paige says, get back underneath the basket. We're playing zone. And I believe
Coach McGowan is not happy about something on the sidelines.
Well, I believe if they can get Purvis the right situation, they could get her a shot. Oh, offensive foul on Mullins. Definitely the push-off.
Yeah.
And that is going to be number 5 for Carson Mullins, who's probably going to end the game with 6 points.
And that leaves 6 players now. Correct? Does that leave 6 players for the Yellow Jackets now? Never mind.
They got plenty. Paige, on the other hand.
I got it backwards. Excuse me. I got it backwards.
Plenty of players for Fairview on that side.
Never mind.
But they do have 2 that have fouled out. So.
Yes.
And Paige still fortunate. Only have 2 with 4. And Wiley finally getting it across.
Just under 3 minutes left here in overtime.
She is struggling with the ball. Wiley, just a sophomore, and I would think that Hannah Springer, the senior, would be a little more active in getting the ball up the floor for the Lady Patriots.
Well, I think part of the reason she's struggling is the Yellow Jackets have played some really hard defense, and they've contested everything coming down the court.
And Taylor King trying to take it inside on White, and she wants no part of it, and Purvis steals the ball away but knocks it out of bounds. And so now Coach Mooney wants to talk a timeout here with 2:39 remaining in overtime.
That's a tough place for King to be right there, going one-on-one on White. She's a very physical presence down there. But here with almost a minute and a half to go in overtime, we have yet for either team to score any points.
Well, kind of a scoring recap. White has 11. And Chloe Wigington, 12. to lead the way for the Lady Patriots. And again, on the other side, Purvis with 14. And
that for White, that 11 for White, I believe she only had like 2 in the first half. Was that?
That is 2 free throws.
And so she really came to life in the second half.
Where Wigington kept them in the game early, White has kept them in the game in the second half. And so let's see, the Lady Yellow Jackets are going to take it again to that 2-2-1 full court press. And Wiley, who's really struggled, it seems like, with the press. And Wigington down that left side. You got to like her chances, but really forces a bad shot. And there is Springer. And Schiniger recovers the ball. And there's Springer for the 3. And White
with the rebound.
And keeps the ball alive. And Wigington thought she had turned it over.
Yeah, she was waving her hands like, oh no.
So now, Fairview playing some great man-to-man. And Wigington and Wiley's going to be open on the baseline. The floater not strong enough to get it up there. And Purvis with the rebound. A 152 and counting, still no score in this first overtime. And I say first because who knows, we could be going to 2.
No doubt. The way both these teams are playing defense.
And again, Purvis is going to take one from deep. And Schiniger rebounds it. And she needs to dribble out of that.
Yeah, she just started swinging her arms from the get-go.
Oh, man, and here comes Wigington on outlet, and King with the foul. That is going to be 3.
And that's going to be to the line right there for Wigington.
Well, and statistically, Matt, Wigington 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
We might see our first points of overtime here.
Well, I told her she's 4 for 4. I guarantee you she's going to miss.
That's exactly
what do you think?
Right.
No.
The curse is broken.
5 for 5, and now the Lady Patriots own a 40-39 lead. And make that a 2-point lead. 1:23 left in overtime.
Wigington with the fist pump. She was definitely excited after that.
And Coach Mooney did a nice job of still playing that zone. And Coach McGowan and the Lady Yellow Jackets call a full timeout.
I think that's a good timeout here. You really needed some type of score on this play. There's something to get yourself to the line to give yourself an opportunity to try and tie this up.
Well, unless you're fouled on the shot, you're shooting 1-1 with 1:13 left here in overtime. And you got to think Purvis may be an option.
Definitely, I can see either Frank or Moore trying to drive to the basket, maybe kick out to Purvis. But I think whatever they do, they're going to need to do it kind of quickly.
Well, I'll show you how even these teams are on. Page 9-9. I believe maybe 10-9. I'm not sure. They had a game last night against Hickman County. I'm drawing a blank, but Fairview at 9-7. So I'm not sure. There's Purvis in the corner off the out of bounds. They're going to bring it back out to Franks.
But they got to move. I know there's a minute.
He's going to wave her around. And Moore with the.
She wants some opportunities here because you know that Page is going to hold. You got to do something.
And if she could have caught that cleanly, I think Purvis was going to try to pull it. And Wigington with a big rebound. And now 48 seconds left. And it is going to be knocked out of bounds off Fairview, and home court advantage, it looks like.
No doubt. We saw in the second, I think that might be a little payback for the third quarter there.
And there is Lancaster, and that has been her spot. And a rebound and and a big rebound by Franks. 1, 2, 3 opportunities at it.
Not able to bring it home, but they are going to have a shot from the strike here to tie this up. 2 big shots, free throws from Frank.
Frank's 3 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. The lefty is going to rattle it home. The sophomore for the second. And that is clean.
Do you pressure right here or do you sit back?
Oh, they're going to continue the pressure.
You don't want to give up the foul, though. That's the only thing.
And you don't want to have White one-on-one in the post with 39 seconds left. As they got to look for Springer or Wiley. And there
we go. White's going to be one-on-one if they get it down there.
Find her.
They got two girls on her right now.
And there's White going to attack the basket. Springer to Wiley. 20 seconds and counting. And there's White underneath. And that is going to empty off. And here comes McDonald. 13 seconds. Coach McGowan, I would think you want to call a timeout.
8. He's telling them to go. He's telling them to go. Purvis.
5 seconds. Not going to get bailed out on a call. 1. And there we go, Matt. Second overtime here at Fairview. And I would think that Coach McGowan would want to call a timeout to get a play.
Yeah, I agree with you. Have something set up.
Let it go because they had a problem with that in the fourth quarter when they had a shot to win it.
Yeah, and I think his team was kind of expecting a timeout. You saw them all kind of look to the bench, and he waved them on, and that wasted another couple of seconds there. But nonetheless, that was the exciting finish to that first overtime.
Well, they got it in Purvis's hand, but the refs, who've called a lot of ticky-tack fouls, Matt, probably not going to bail you out in overtime with the clock running down to 0. And you're going to have to earn your points, and that's the case. So,
even though they kind of looked like they might have got bailed out there at the end with Franks, but regardless, she went to the line and made 2 big free throws, the only points for the Yellow Jackets in that entire 4-minute overtime. But
so I don't know where the hotel is here in Fairview, but we're going to have to find one at the rate we're going here with the second overtime, 4 minutes. And again, the foul trouble's mounting for the Patriots with 7 healthy players. And
the longer this game goes, the bigger of a factor that's going to be.
Well, they have 3 players with 4 fouls. And so White and King are going to jump it off. And there's the tip, and then White wins it, and Wiley brings it in. And again, you got to like Fairview going with the man-to-man. And the turnover, Schnittiger, yeah, who's kind of disappeared here in the
she definitely has
overtime period. Kept the ball alive a couple of times, Matt. But
I think something that I think is interesting as the front of this game's gone on is Franks and Moore both in the game. Franks has been the one that's been bringing the ball up and kind of running the offense. I expected after Moore came back in after being in foul trouble that we would see her doing that.
Well, they've taken Lancaster and put her on the perimeter and taken Purvis and put her at the high post.
Yeah.
And trying to get her the ball. And Lancaster, and you would think, and Moore's going to drive it baseline and blocked by White.
Yeah, White having none of that.
Out of bounds on Purvis.
And looked like Moore kind of, as soon as she realized that White was down there, pulled up and took a little shot too quickly, but White was still able to get out there and deflect that shot.
And here comes Springer. Going to try to attack, and maybe a travel, but no call. And who's going to pull away from it? And give credit to Danny Moore for hanging on the ride.
She definitely went in there fighting for that ball. Possession arrow, Yellow Jackets.
And you got to hope that Coach McGowan may have a set play in the zone here, because so far we're not getting any open looks if you're a Yellow Jacket fan.
No, none at all. And I don't think you're going to get it either from sitting there passing it back and forth up at the top of the key. They're going to have to do something.
Yeah, they got to reverse the ball. And now Purvis does have the ball, but unfortunately White is guarding her, and she probably knows not going to get an easy look. And they got to pass it a little quicker, Matt, to make the defense shift. And it's too much dribbling. And now Coach McGowan does the smart thing. Timeout with 2:24 left in overtime number 2.
And I think he's going to be telling his ladies exactly what you just said there.
Swing it quick, make the defense shift. And somebody's going to get open look eventually. But the more you dribble against the zone out there at the top, the less the defense has to work.
Yeah, they can just sit back, and that's all they've had to do here in overtime. You got to put some pressure on them. Try to get them to make a mistake, get overextended, and take advantage of it.
Yeah. Coach Mooney, who I think did the smart thing by going zone and keeping White out of foul trouble, because at the rate it was going, Matt.
Oh, she was going to be gone.
She was already going to be heading back.
And that would have been devastating twofold, because White is definitely their big presence down low, but then with the fact that they have so few players.
So Springer with 4, Schittinger with 4, Giddens with 4, and 2 or 3 are on the floor. And it's not even a fact that Coach Mooney's going to show zone and stay in the zone.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing him come out of that anytime soon. Here we go with almost half of our second overtime over, and neither team yet to score.
And the guards, Matt, have to be in a scoring threat. They're so far out. It's not even
Oh, we're going to get a 5-second call.
And Purvis hangs on to the ball a little too long. And now Fairview's going back to the press. And Springer and White saves the day. And there she goes down the lane. And the basket, trickles out, as it could have been an and one. And we'll see who the foul is on.
It looked like it was Purvis.
3-4 King, and that is her 4th.
The Yellow Jackets very lucky that basket didn't go in.
5 for 6 for White on the line, make it 6 for 7.
And that's going to give the Patriots the lead with 1:58 remaining in our second overtime.
So Wigington trying to add to a free throw total, and it does. 13 points for White. The hard way, 7 of them at the free throw line. And now Purvis is going to kind of 4 out, and she's flashed to the middle. And see, Franks, not even a scoring factor.
No, just like you said, they're way off from the three-point line. No, the defense can just sit back there in those passing lanes and just take everything away.
I don't think Franks is going to jack one from the White line up
No,
there.
no. And if she did, I think she'd be pulled out rather quickly.
Yeah.
You'd think we'd try to see maybe some back screens, some cuts, there's
just some movement.
Yeah, just something to get this defense off balance and have them make them play instead of just sit there.
So 1:41 left in overtime number 2. Page has jumped ahead by 2 on the free throws by White.
You know, they've got some speed on. Fairview's got some speed on the floor with both Moore and Franks. They both are able to move well without the ball. They both who got some wheels. You'd think they would be doing some more than just sitting at, or the coach had them doing some more than just sitting out there passing back and forth to each other. And hopefully we'll see some of that coming out of this timeout with 1:41 left.
On the kick ball, going to maintain possession. And
you can see they were trying to set something up to Purvis to try to get her a shot.
And this may be a blessing right here for the Yellow Jackets, getting to throw it down on the baseline where you have a lot of sets. And if they could get it back to Lancaster, and they're not going to throw it to King in the post.
She had position, but I think you're right. They weren't going to her.
They see 32 on her back, and there is no way. Moore for 3, got it!
And that's going to put them up by 1 with 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining in our second overtime.
The press.
Springer trying to bring the ball down. They better get back. White's one-on-one down low. There's going to be one-on-one down low.
And Wiley going to pull away with a jumper. Got it! Wiley with 4. And it is going to be an official timeout, and I believe
that's Purvis.
I'm not sure if that's a cramp or maybe, hopefully.
We got to hope the young lady's all right.
Yeah, I think it may be.
I think you're right.
She's played a game and a half.
Yeah.
With the 2 overtimes. And that's not a fun feeling at all.
We used to, their camp at Vanderbilt, you'd see somebody walking, and also they'd stop and be stuck. We'd say the sniper got them, they got sniped.
Alan Purvis.
The young lady's all right. That does not feel good, and the Yellow Jackets definitely need her in the game.
Well, and that's the thing. How quick can she recover? And if you're Coach McGowan, do you waste the timeout so you could get her back in? But I don't think she is going to be able to come back.
As we see McDonald come in for her with 58 seconds left.
Now your go-to person, maybe more again, as the clock is going to move.
We've also seen Lancaster hit a couple of shots.
And Franks has got to step up. And the ball.
They've got to move. They've got to do something now. You cannot keep doing this.
And
you got to give yourself some
opportunities. By
Lancaster.
And King with the rebound and a foul. And I believe that's on Wigington. And that is her third. And Taylor King is going to have, well, they're signaling 1-1. 38 seconds left. I'm not sure. She looks like she was shooting, but
that looked like it to me. But
so
regardless,
1-1.
We got 1-1. This is a big shot for the young lady.
And King 1 for 1 from the line and make it 2 for 2 and ties the game up, Matt.
I don't think we can ask for a more exciting finish here.
38 seconds left in overtime, number 2. And Taylor King going to try to get the Lady Yellow Jackets up. Got it. Up by 1.
If you didn't see down low, Franks was actually going to be posting up white. I was kind of hoping for the miss to see what would happen on that rebound. But I'm sure all the Yellow Jacket fans are glad that Lancaster sank that to give them the lead with 38 seconds left in our second overtime.
Well, I'll tell you what, both teams really putting on a free throw clinic.
No doubt about it.
As the Yellow Jackets are 13 for 15 from the free throw line. And Page, it took me a while to add it up, Matt. 15 for 20 from the free throw line.
They've been in the bonus for quite a while, so they've had several free throw opportunities.
Now you think Coach Mooney's got an answer right here with Bria White, even if she got fouled.
Oh, she's been deadly from the line tonight.
7 for 8 from the free throw line.
You think youth plan is defeated to her no matter what, and hopefully get to 2. If not, you're going to go to the line and maybe even have an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Well, again, the press of the 2-2-1, and you got to be careful if you're Fairview. You can't leave White run down to the post and go one-on-one. If she'll release.
30 seconds remaining. You got to get something going. Give yourself an opportunity to make something here. At the top of the key, though, I think they want to get her down low. Schenniger wide open.
And Danny Moore with the rebound.
You think we're going to see the quick foul?
16 seconds. And that is 4 on Wigington.
And that's going to bring, was that Moore that had the ball?
Danny Moore.
More to the line than what's she been tonight?
Danny Moore hadn't gone to the free throw line,
Hadn't gone to the free throw line. First opportunity.
2 shots. 14.8 seconds left in overtime number 2. And that is going to rim out. And that gives life. And that is a great call by Coach Mooney. Try to ice the free throw shooter more. And we were talking about free throw clinics. And it's.
There we go. Another jinx. But you want a play set up here off of the miss. You know what's going to happen off the inbounds. They're going to pressure. You got to try to break it. You want to get back with 15 seconds left. And you're hoping that's going to be you're going to be playing for the win and not the tie. I don't think we've seen much 3-point shooting tonight. And if you'd like a a copy of tonight's game or any one of our games of the week at WC TV, you can call us at 472-4032 to get a copy for $20, or you can go to our website,
www.wc-tv.net. And if you're a Page or Fairview fan, you're going to want a copy of this for a long, long time.
No doubt this has been an exciting matchup. Definitely lived up to everything we thought it was going to be. Right down to the wire 3 times now.
3 times.
With 14 seconds remaining. We've got the Yellow Jackets up by 1 and Moore at the line to try to extend that lead to 2 points.
Well, here's going to be the thing. If Moore makes it, you know they're going to set up the press. If she misses, you know White or Schiniger is probably going to get the rebound unless it's tipped out. And there it is, and it is going to be short, and there's White with the rebound. And here comes Springer as the clock is going down.
8 seconds.
White has got it. She's going to force it up, and she gets fouled. And a very gutsy call, and that is going to be on 34, Taylor King, and that is 5 on her. And we were talking about Page being depleted. That is the 3rd Fairview Lady Yellow Jackets to foul out tonight.
Number 3. I mean, they've been getting hammered on the calls tonight. There's been a lot of them coming out, and that's going to bring in,
I believe that's
number 42.
Yeah, Mangrum.
And we saw a lot of her in the second quarter. She definitely did a good job filling in, subbing in.
So White, very crucial at the free throw line. And she is going to be good. And now, if you're Coach McGowan, you would want to call a timeout here to try to ice the free throw shooter. But he's going to let it play out.
I'm seeing one. You think you'd have something set up here.
And White is going to trickle in.
6 seconds.
And that is going to be a timeout on Coach Mooney and the Page Lady Patriots. And that is in my opinion, a very smart call. He's going to set up his defense and make sure.
Through the timeout, basically. We're giving you gold here, Creed.
Okay, so we're back with the game on the line, double overtime, man. I'm just dumbfounded. I can't even get my words right.
I know, this is just amazing. An awesome game with 6 seconds left here.
And Mooney's going to just show one defender. And Danny Moore is going to bring it up and sprint it back as Wiley. And she can't. And a call with 1.2 seconds. And Moore just took the ball 100 miles an hour and tried to run into somebody. And Wiley was the recipient of the call.
It paid off for her, but she did struggle from the line at her first free throws of the night.
She did miss the first and the second.
So she's 0 for 2 tonight. She definitely needs this.
1 to tie, 2 to win.
Oh.
And Moore 0 for 3 at the line. And now Mooney's going to call a timeout again.
Why not? You can't take them with you. And it definitely iced Moore the last time. She wasn't able to make the second free throw.
And Coach McGowan just consoling Danny Moore, saying it's okay.
Yeah, you definitely don't want her down, because she's got to come out there and make this next shot to go for our third overtime.
Well, I am so glad that normal play-by-play guy Ryan Port decided to take the week off and let me have a game. And again, Fairview always a willing and gracious host.
They don't want us to leave.
They love us here on WCTV. And now it's one of those things, Matt. You know, it's kind of like the field goal kicker. Do you talk to Danny Moore at all and say, come on, you got to hit one, come on.
I don't think you talk to her like that, hopefully.
Yeah, you know, you just want to leave her alone. So Moore, it's make or break, and White is going to rebound it and get fouled, and the horn is sounded. And you got to feel for the Yellow Jackets as Page has escaped the double overtime win here in Fairview, 47-46.
And you got to feel bad for Moore. She really got in foul trouble there in the second quarter and had a rough go of it and then missed the last 4 free throws. She really played hard, though.
Well, and a great finish for game number 1 here in Fairview, Tennessee, as the Lady Patriots prevail 47-46 and avenge that first district game that they had earlier at Page, where Fairview was prevailed by 1. So we will be right back for game number 2, our boys, here on WCTV, right after Pets of the Week.